Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here with a video about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 and how to improve your typing experience. I wholeheartedly believe that the Samsung keyboard is not very good. So I'm going to show you how to install alternatives, particularly Gboard, which is the one that I use. I think it's the best. There are other ones like Swiftkey and a whole laundry list of others, but the Samsung one is pretty darn bad, and I'm not a big fan of it, and I think that it makes the typing experience pretty terrible on this phone. So I'm going to go in and show you how to set it up, do some customizing to fine-tune it even more for your own personal experience to make it better, and that's what we're going to do. But before we get into that, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button, and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's see how to improve our typing experience on the Z Flip 3. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the Z Flip 3, and this right here is probably what you see when you get ready to type something. This guy right here, this is the stock factory Samsung keyboard. I am not a fan at all. I don't like the placement. I don't like where the keys are at. I don't like the way that their number layout and everything is. It's not as bad as the old LG one. I mean, there have been worse ones in the past, but this one, I get the voice up here. The way it's laid out, I don't think is good. I think it's stretched out too much. I think the keys themselves are actually too narrow. So if you've already got a third-party keyboard installed, one thing you can do is you see the keyboard icon here? You can press this, and you can change it on the fly, which makes it nice. But you see how much nicer Gboard looks? You see how more proportionate and the spacing is more even and uniform on the keys. It looks better. You've got your emoji key here. You've got everything built out up there. You've still got up here for the voice stuff, and then also here for the voice to text. I think this is a much better setup. So let me go ahead and show you how to get this set up and installed. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into the Play Store. So you go into the Play Store, and then you'll search for the keyboard. So we're going to do that with Gboard. So here we go. It's right there. I'll go ahead and uninstall it right here, and I'll reinstall it so I can show you the setup. So click on Install. When you go through the install process, it's going to show you, or it's going to ask you these prompts so you can set it up as your primary keyboard. So we'll open it up. And then when we do that, step one, you have to enable it. So down here, you'll get this pop-up notification. You want to allow that. Then you'll click Enable in Settings. So you'll see it right here, Gboard. You just toggle that little switch. That will make it your primary keyboard. So we'll do that. Then we'll hit back. Now step two, we need to select our input method. So we'll click this again. And then you have two options. You have the already factory Samsung keyboard or Gboard. So you just click that. And then you're done. So once you get in here, this is going to give you an opportunity to change some of the stuff. So one thing that I do want to show you is right here under glide typing. So this right here, it's going to have everything installed already. Glide typing is a great way to type, and I'll show you here in a minute because some people may not be familiar with it, but this is where you do like the little squiggly stuff you draw and connect the letters together. I thought it was a joke at first. I never really bought off onto it until about a year or two ago, and now it's the primary way I type. So I just wanted to highlight that for a minute. But a couple things I want to highlight are in preferences. Once you get into here, you can change the vibration strength on key press. So it's on the system default, which is okay. But if you want it to vibrate more whenever you're typing, if you want a more intense responsive feedback, you can change it all the way up. So it'll, when you move the sliding bar here, it'll like give you an idea of what the actual intensity is. I leave mine on default, but if you really like it to have like a stronger vibration whenever you type, you can change that. One other thing I want to show you is this right here. So some people have different size hands. I know that might sound crazy to you, but they do. So it's set up now with a normal keyboard height, but you can change it to where the keyboard height is smaller, or you can change it to where it's taller. And that's particularly important because whenever you're typing, you can adjust that to where it's higher or lower. And that's something that can be helpful for people to try and set up your keyboard the way that you want for how you're going to type. So let's just an illustration here. We'll put it on extra short. So now that it's on extra short, see how short it is now? It was kind of up like this before. So now it's on extra short. Now we'll change it and we'll go to extra tall, just so you can get a feel for it now. And look how much taller it is now. You're looking way up here now. So it gives you a little bit of a difference. It stretches the buttons out. It makes the keyboard bigger. So that way you can have a better typing experience that's personalized for you. So those are really the two things that I like to look at and customize when I do stuff. So that's some helpful things that you can do there. And also you can change more things in here too. Pop up on key press, long press for symbols. When you do a long press for something, you can shorten that delay time to from 300 milliseconds. You can change it down or lower or higher. One-handed mode, you can set it up for right or left-handed. So if you are a right-handed person, it'll shift it over to the right. If you're a left-handed person, it'll shift it over to the left when you're doing one-handed mode. So that's also a nice thing. And you can change other stuff in here too, like themes. You can change the way it looks as far as colors. You can do text correction stuff. You can have it block offensive words if you want. Suggest contacts. There's all sorts of things that you can do in here. So I would recommend whenever you set up Gboard, go through and look at this different stuff. So that way you can get it set up the way you want it and be familiar with the keyboard. Also with the dictionary, you can add words in here too. So you can add a word that's not normally in the dictionary. So whenever you have words that type and they don't recognize them and autocorrect tries to change it to something else, you can change that in here. You can add those words. So if you want to add some curse words, if that's how you roll and you're tired of the autocorrect changing it, then you can go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and get out of here. We'll go back to the keyboard stuff. And again, it's very easy. So to change the keyboard back and forth, press the keyboard button down here and then you can toggle it between these. So that's very helpful there. I'm going to show you one other keyboard just because people really seem to like this one a lot. I use it on my Surface Duo 2 and it's called Swiftkey. So we'll go ahead and download Swiftkey. It's by Microsoft. Some people say it's really good. I think it's all right. I prefer Gboard personally, but I think they're pretty close whenever it comes to both of these keyboards. So you have to enable it. You go through the setup. Each one of these, it'll have you do the exact same thing. So we need to enable it here. And go ahead and allow it. Select Swiftkey. There we go. Now we've got 3 different keyboards on here. And this will kind of give you an illustration. It'll walk through. You can connect it to your Microsoft account so it remembers and recognizes stuff. Save things like your passwords. So there's a lot of important stuff that Swiftkey actually does. I'm not going to connect that stuff right now. And then again, it goes through the exact same setup stuff here too. So that way you can mess with that stuff as well. So we'll go in here now. I'm going to show you glide typing. Now this is like a little tutorial because normally if you want to type something, you're like, hi there, how... I'm trying to do this while I record. How are you? I am fine. Okay, so normal texting, right? Normal, everyday texting and typing. So with swipe typing, or glide typing as it's called, you just go from the letter through the letters that you're going to use. So for like there, hold it down, and then you just swipe through the letters that you're going to use. So THEREHOWAREYOU, question mark. See how nice and easy that is? It's very, very smooth. It's actually pretty accurate, and I think Swiftkey may have the best swipe or glide typing on there. So I really like to use swipe typing on my phones. Stupid typing, apparently. There you go. It's not perfect, but it does work really, really well. Apparently I have another one there. So that's just an illustration on how to use it. So for some of my BlackBerry fans out there moving over, looking for a better way to type, not having a physical keyboard anymore, this is a really good way to do it. This is a really good way to type. There we go. See how much faster that is than actually having to type it out? And in some ways it's less prone to mistakes, but in some ways it is too. So it's just really a learning process. Try out some of these keyboards. Definitely try out Swiftkey, try out Gboard, find the one that you like, and then you can just bounce back and forth. So now you know how to use the different keyboards, you know how to install one, you know how to set it up, you know what some of the options are. And if you need to get back into the settings at any point in time to adjust stuff, the settings icon is right here on the keyboard. You just pick that and it'll take you right where you need to be. And if you don't see that whenever you're typing, then what you can do here is, yeah, it's pretty much always there. But if it's not there, press the little arrow to expand out the settings, and then you got it right there. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy as it were, and now you know how to do all this cool stuff with your phone and your keyboard so you can type better and have a better experience while you're using your phone. All right, not too shabby, huh? Now you know how to install a third-party keyboard, you know how to use Gboard, you know how to get rid of, most importantly, the Samsung keyboard, which is complete. It's gross. It's terrible. So use Gboard, use Swiftkey, whichever alternative that you like, but now you know how to change it. You can adjust it, things like the vibration for the haptic feedback, the size and position, all the things that you need to do to make for a better typing experience, because as good as it is out of the box, and as most phones are, it can always be improved, and this is something that I always do immediately. As soon as I get any Android phone, go straight in, set it up, get my Gboard going, and I'm good to go. So now you know how to do all that. You're empowered. You can type away like a master on a software touch-based keyboard and enjoy your phone, hopefully even more. So that's all I've got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down in the comments section and I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.